And it is cold. IMSA, they're continuing to respond to cold weather related calls. Paramedics say in this weather you can develop frostbite in as little as 15 minutes. As of 7 this morning, medics responded to 3 calls today and more than 20 since Friday. Of those, 14 people had to be taken to the hospital for cold exposure. Now, if you do have to be outside, make sure you're wearing weather appropriate clothing like a heavy coat, gloves, and a hat, all the layers. It's important to pay attention to your body in this weather. Up close at 4, News on 6's Eden Jones joins us live with the warning about frostbite. Eden.
Tatum, the ER manager at Hillcrest Hospital in Claremore tells me the risk for frostbite should always be taken seriously. Jack Blair, his 5-year-old daughter Grace, and their dog Ralph are the only ones at Woodward Park braving the cold.
School holiday, and Ralph and Grace were getting a little stir crazy in the house, so we decided to take a walk.
They made a pit stop to play on the swing set and have a snowball fight. While many people wouldn't dare to go out in 13-degree weather, Grace doesn't hesitate.
No, she wouldn't have it any other way. She loves being out, playing in the snow.
But if she were to stay out too long, she could be at risk for developing frostbite.
So frostbite is anytime that there are parts of the body that are exposed to cold weather for lengthy periods of time. You start having tissue death.
Stephen Barnes with Hillcrest Hospital in Claremore says when temperatures dip below freezing, any exposed skin is at risk.
A lot of times where we see it, though, would be the extremities as far as the hands, the fingers, the toes.
He says you'll start to feel numbness, stiffness, and see a change in skin color. And he says it can happen quickly.
But, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes would probably be a good time that it could set in.
Barnes says if you start to develop frostbite, get out of the cold, take off any wet clothes, and get under warm blankets. He warns exposure to extreme heat could make it worse.
Frostbite is actually a form of a burn. If you want to think about it the same way as a burn, we would not expose them to extreme heat.
Barnes also stresses the importance of bundling up and preparing ahead of time, but he says the best plan is to not go out in the extremely cold temperatures unless you absolutely have to. Live in Tulsa, Eden Jones, Oklahoma's Own News on